Today I have a sample plate and I'm going to show you how we go about counting all the critters in a soil sample. Here you see a little rotifer hanging out in the moss. There's probably a bunch else in here. And what we would then do is click the little button that we have for rotifer. We keep a tally as we go along. So as I scroll the microscope to the right, try to identify some things for yourselves as I go. Here's one I don't think we've seen yet. This is a juvenile Plectus. You can kind of tell because of the way that it is. Look at it thrashing around. We see lots of unidentifiable things in our sample, and that is probably a piece of fabric from someone's jacket. Has a little rotifer clinging on it, though. Here's an adult Plectus whipping around. It's hard to get a focus on it because it is at multiple depths. It is going up and down. It's kind of hanging on to that clump of moss. I'm speeding this up a little bit. We have not been invaded by chipmunks. We've made it across two of the rows of the counting plate, and we have 6 juvenile Plectus, 2 adults, 3 rotifers, and a tardigrade. Here he is right now. Here's a tardigrade that's a little more cooperative with being on film. It's kind of cool, climbing around the moss ball looking for stuff to munch on, and when it's reaching out into the water, it really can't grab onto anything, so it'll try for a little while with some doggy paddles, but then it goes back to where it feels safe, getting its little tarsal claws into that moss. Ooh, here's a Eudorylaimus. It's the biggest nematode. It's a little bit rarer than the other ones. In most of our samples, it's either too dry or too wet for this guy. These you'll find in really mossy samples where there's some actual organic material in the soil, and there is a large amount of plant life. Not sure if it's because it eats plants or the things that eats the plants. It looks like it's eating this chunk of stuff, which is probably some cyanobacteria or algae. So that puts it into the plant eating category. We're going to do a speed run through some of this plate. Let's find out if there's anything new or different in here. We got some Plectuses. There's the adult Plectus, making a mess of our moss. Probably got a tardigrade tied up in there. There's a little rotifer. Quite a few rotifers living in the moss. Scram down the plate. There's a lot of activity. A lot of Plectuses, mostly juveniles. And was that a dead tardigrade? Oh yeah, look at that. Some ciliates. Probably eating some bacteria that are working on decomposing that dead tardigrade. So I looked at the rest of the plate, and we have a lot of Plectuses. We had a lot of rotifers, as could be expected, and quite a few tardigrades, but this guy is huge. Check him out. First I thought he was dead, but he is just slow. He's a different species from the last one that we saw. You can see he's got little whiskers on his mouth, and he seems to have a different habit, or he's just not feeling as well. He's at the same scale as the last one, so I think they're both on 10x, so he's looking pretty well fed. Lost her for a little bit there when I went up in magnification. Oh, this is cool. You can see the texture of the cuticle on the outside. You can see all the internal organs pumping away, attached up to its snout. See little eye spots. Almost looks like a salamander, except too many legs and a really weird mouth.
I am debating using the one that we did, and then, yeah, but collected. I'm debating trying to then just scoop up as much as I can off the bottom.